Did you know that a vegetable sitting in your kitchen right now, one you've eaten your entire life believing it was healthy, could be quietly increasing your risk of a stroke while you sleep? No warning, no pain. You go to bed feeling perfectly fine, and by morning, you could wake up with slurred speech, a loss of balance, or one side of your body that simply won't move. As a brain doctor who has spent decades treating patients, I've been shocked to see that many strokes aren't triggered by junk food, but by so-called healthy foods that people trusted to protect them. Yes, I'm talking about vegetables. The very foods that once healed your body can, after the age of 60, begin to work against you. What changed? Your body did. Aging slows your kidney function, stiffens your arteries, and alters how your blood handles sodium, sugar, and minerals. When that delicate internal balance is disrupted, it can silently trigger the conditions for a stroke, sometimes overnight. Today, I will reveal the truth about several everyday vegetables that can quietly harm your brain, disrupt your circulation, and threaten your independence if you don't understand how to consume them wisely. What you learn in the next few minutes may be critical for protecting your health. Now, let's begin with the first vegetable, one many consider a superfood. 1. Spinach, the hidden vitamin K trap. You've likely been told your whole life that spinach is one of the healthiest foods you can eat. It's packed with nutrients. But for seniors, it holds a hidden risk, an extremely high concentration of vitamin K. Vitamin K is essential for blood clotting. When you're young, this is a good thing. But after 60, many people are prescribed blood thinners like warfarin to prevent clots. Here's the danger. Vitamin K directly counteracts these medications. If you eat a large amount of spinach, a big salad, a green smoothie, you can suddenly render your medication less effective. Your blood can thicken, circulation can slow, and tiny, silent clots can begin to form. You won't feel a thing, but overnight, one of those clots can travel to your brain, causing a devastating stroke. I recall a patient, a sharp 74-year-old retired engineer who took his blood thinners faithfully, but also started each day with a massive spinach smoothie. He was doing what he thought was best. One morning, his wife found him on the floor, unable to speak or move one side of his body. The cause wasn't his medication, it was the healthy greens that interfered with it. The lesson isn't to avoid spinach entirely, it's to be consistent. Don't avoid greens for a week and then binge on them. If you are on blood thinners, you must speak with your doctor about managing your vitamin K intake to keep your blood levels stable and your brain safe. But what if the danger isn't from a vegetable that thickens your blood, but from one that thins it too much? This brings me to our next surprising entry. 2. Beets, the blood pressure roller coaster. Beets are celebrated for their ability to improve circulation and lower blood pressure. They're rich in nitrates, which convert into nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes and widens blood vessels. For a younger body, this is fantastic. But for a senior, especially one already on blood pressure medication, this can be a recipe for disaster. Imagine this. You take your blood pressure pill at dinner. Later, you have a glass of beet juice, thinking you're giving your heart an extra boost. Combined, the medication and the beets can push your blood pressure too low. While you sleep, your pressure naturally dips further. This can slow blood flow to a crawl, allowing it to pool and thicken, creating the perfect environment for a clot to form. I treated a 79-year-old woman who prided herself on her healthy habits. She drank beet juice every night. One morning, she collapsed getting out of bed. She had a stroke. Her blood pressure had dropped dangerously low overnight, and a clot had formed in her brain. The takeaway? Beets aren't evil, but timing and moderation are everything. Enjoy them in small portions earlier in the day, never right before bed or with your medication. Your brain needs steady, stable blood flow, not a dramatic roller coaster ride. Now, Let's talk about a vegetable most people think of as harmless and hydrating, but for seniors, it can have the opposite effect. 3. Celery, the silent dehydrator. Celery is often praised as the perfect diet food, crisp, light, and full of water. But it has a hidden property. It's a natural diuretic, meaning it helps your body flush out water and sodium. When you're over 60, your body is less efficient at regulating fluids. If you eat celery, especially in the evening, and you're also on a diuretic medication for blood pressure, you can become dehydrated overnight. As you sleep, your blood volume drops. Your blood becomes thicker, like syrup instead of water. This sluggish, thickened blood is highly prone to clotting. I remember an 82-year-old patient who had a nightly habit of eating celery with peanut butter. He was also on a mild diuretic. One morning, his wife found him unable to move his left arm. He was severely dehydrated, and his thickened blood had formed a clot that caused a stroke.
So, if you enjoy celery, eat it earlier in the day and always balance it with plenty of water. Listen to your body. If you feel dizzy in the morning or wake up frequently at night, it might be a sign that your fluid balance is off. The next vegetable on our list is one you'll find in every health food store, but its raw form can quietly disrupt a key gland that controls your entire metabolism. 4. Kale, the hidden thyroid suppressor. Kale is crowned the king of superfoods. It's loaded with vitamins and antioxidants. However, it also contains natural compounds called goitrogens, which can interfere with your thyroid's ability to use iodine. A slightly underactive thyroid is common as we age. When the thyroid slows down, your metabolism weakens, your cholesterol can rise, and your circulation changes. Over time, this can lead to thicker blood and a higher risk of clotting. I had a patient in her 70s who started every single day with a large, raw kale smoothie. She felt great at first, but then she began experiencing fatigue, brain fog, and weight gain. She brushed it off as normal aging until she suffered a small stroke. Her thyroid levels were alarmingly low, a condition worsened by years of consuming raw kale in large quantities. You don't need to give up kale. The solution is simple. Cook it. Lightly steaming or sautéing kale significantly reduces the goitrogenic compounds, making it safe for your thyroid and your brain. Of course, it's not just fresh vegetables we need to consider. Some of the biggest dangers are hiding in plain sight in your pantry. 5. Canned vegetables, the sodium bomb. For many seniors, canned vegetables are a symbol of convenience and comfort. But here's the silent danger. They are often loaded with sodium as a preservative. As we age, our kidneys become less efficient at removing excess salt from the body. This sodium builds up, pulls water into your bloodstream, and increases blood pressure. This puts immense strain on your already stiffening arteries. Over time, this pressure causes microscopic injuries to your blood vessel walls. Your body tries to repair these injuries with clots, and one of those clots can easily lead to a stroke. An 80-year-old patient of mine relied on canned soups and vegetables for his meals. He was shocked when he had a stroke. His sodium levels were through the roof. The culprit wasn't the fries at a fast food restaurant. It was the healthy canned vegetables he ate every day. Always choose low-sodium or no-salt-added canned options. Even better, drain and rinse them thoroughly before eating, which can wash away up to half of the sodium. Or opt for frozen vegetables, which are just as convenient without the salt overload. Now let's talk about a comfort food that is a staple on American dinner tables, but one that acts like sugar in your body. 6. Potatoes, sugar in disguise. The humble potato is a comfort food, but nutritionally, it's a starchy sugar bomb. Your body converts that starch into glucose almost instantly. For an aging metabolism that may already have some insulin resistance, this causes rapid, dangerous spikes in blood sugar. These sugar spikes are inflammatory. They damage the lining of your blood vessels, making them rough and sticky.
The body sends clotting factors to patch up this damage, and that's how clots begin to form. A grandmother I treated ate a baked potato with her dinner every night, believing it was a healthy choice. Her blood sugar readings after meals were dangerously high. She eventually suffered a stroke caused by a clot. The chronic inflammation from her daily potato had quietly set the stage for this event. If you love potatoes, balance them. Eat a small portion and always pair it with a protein like chicken or beans and a healthy fat like olive oil. This slows down the sugar absorption. Consider switching to sweet potatoes, which have a lower glycemic index. Finally, we have a food many people turn to for gut health, but it comes with a double-edged sword. Pickles and fermented vegetables. The acid and salt double trouble. Pickles, sauerkraut, and kimchi are trendy for their probiotics. However, they are also loaded with sodium and acid. The high sodium content thickens your blood and raises your blood pressure, just like canned vegetables. The acid, often vinegar, can trigger silent reflux at night. This irritation can affect the vagus nerve, which helps regulate heart rate and blood pressure, causing dangerous overnight swings. An elderly couple I knew had a nightly ritual of sharing a few pickles before bed. One morning, the husband was discovered to have had a mild stroke overnight. The combination of high sodium and the nocturnal stress on his system from the acid was the likely trigger. If you enjoy fermented foods for gut health, do so in moderation. Choose low-sodium versions if possible. Have them earlier in the day, and never make them a late-night snack. Final reflection: the truth about vegetables, aging, and protecting your brain. By now, a powerful truth should be clear. Aging changes how your body responds to the foods you eat. The vegetables that were once pure nourishment can, under the wrong conditions, become silent risks. This isn't about living in fear. It's about living with awareness. Your body after 60 is different. Your blood vessels are more fragile, your kidneys are less efficient, and your brain depends on a perfectly balanced internal environment. The key is not to eliminate these vegetables, but to approach them with wisdom. Cook your leafy greens. Manage your portions. Be mindful of timing, especially with medications. Read labels to avoid hidden sodium. And above all, maintain open communication with your doctor about your diet. Your health after 60 is no longer about following the latest fad. It's about understanding the unique needs of your body today. You have the power to make small, intelligent adjustments that protect your brain, preserve your independence, and allow you to enjoy a vibrant, healthy life for years to come. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What was the most surprising insight you gained from this video? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this information helpful, please type 1. Your feedback helps me create better content for you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insights to help you live a healthier, fuller life. I'm Dr. Morin. Take care of your brain.